tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate, I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man the man, oh there with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, put on the gas, I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
On a pretty gray and hazy day here in Southern California, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Los Angeles. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go! 90, Wolf! 50! Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That's good for 28 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here we go, here we go. 60 outlaw. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They run. It's Gurley.
You ain't going nowhere.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Get your swerve on.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida, takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
44, come on. Good track, good track.
From the 27, Foles. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Go, go.
Here's Foles. Good one, able to haul it in. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
First down.
It's our time. It's our time. 49, check 49, check 49. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 32-yard line.
Oh, you get on the head. Shit. Sponge. No. Check 9. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Slam. Go.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
We're gonna work.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. Hey, check, Mike 21. What we got? Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Smooth.
Now Foles. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there was a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the block. blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls. He's crashing. He's checking.
Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally down at the 36-yard line. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 36-yard line.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 7 at the 33-yard line.
Ready. 8, read.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Now it's Gurley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Hey. Hurry.
They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Right there. You ain't going nowhere. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? Oh, here we go. Oh, bang. Whip. Watch the whip. 12. Flare.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Ready?
Big gap.
First down.
Switch. Check. Check it back.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Under crunch.
Shift. Watch the
13. Check 15.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Under 10. 10. What we got? Check. 25. Check 25. Shift.
Now the Georgia Southern man, the This is Jerick McKinnon. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, alert 3, 36.
Second down, McKinnon. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Easy. Yeah, you might. Watch your slap. Watch your slap.
On third down, here's Coleman. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Gould is able to put it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You don't always feel like you want to get into the end zone, but then, at least we're going to get nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Second and long. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And some space here. A big play there for a 48 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Here's Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
I know he ain't got it. Check 3. He's checking. Crazy. Check. 22 jet bombers. Let's go.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check safety. Check. Black. He's coming. We got double up. Joker. Kill. Turn. What we got? He's turning.
This is Breida. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in the 2nd week of the regular season. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, they've all been going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Foles. That'll be complete to Breida. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the 2nd half.
Gold with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get him the field goal range.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, Not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Foxtrot. Get it.
Back to throw here.
Check.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He don't want it.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Get ready. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we go look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Switch. Jim. Great. Yeah, go, let's go. Hey, exit.
Here's 2nd and 8. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll drop the throw. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And getting this just shy of midfield, he'll spot it at the 49. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Go. 44 Mike. Check. I'm going to come back to you. Check.
On first down, here's Breida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Check down to Breida. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Hey, Roy. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Not here.
Now back to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. This is not good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The L.A. Bay offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielding no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A four-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ready? 18, Gator. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Deep grip.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Foles now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Foles. They'll set up a screen for Breida. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool it. They tried to trick them. Ran a screen. And they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Hayden Foles. Hey, Zoo. Where'd he go?
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back now in Los Angeles. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. offense ready to go for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And it's taken in at the 9.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 27, Foles. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
2nd and 5. Firing quickly here. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On first down, it's Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at their 49-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks. His first touchdown of the new season as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
The way with the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No. Kill.
Here's Breida. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
58, come on. 50.
Now forwards. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Oh, you got deep? Kill.
Here's Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? Everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Get the ball.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Gurley. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Important extra point up and through. And the lead is up to 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Samson Abuka in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
13. Hey, wahoo! 58, right over there. 13. 58, right there. Stay with your man. Slam.
Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Defense. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Man, I got one. Shit.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 30 base. 54 mile. Watch twins. Yeah.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They had the leverage up front. Good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Set 90 Wolf. Mike 54. Watch the run. Watch the run. Go.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added